Alright, so I'm actually going to be starting to work on replacing the front radiator support. I'm starting this at a stupid time today, like 8:30, so it's getting dark, and I'm going home tomorrow, but I think I'll be able to finish it, not tonight. I want to get everything off, and then I'll be able to drill out the spot welds on the radiator, put the new one on, bolt it on, and hopefully have it all ready to go by noon or before tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna get started on this really quick. Gonna take off the front bumper, headlights, and both fenders, and then just leave it at that for the night, and then come back in the morning and finish it up. Okay, so as you can see there, headlights and bumper is off. I actually don't think I need to take the fenders off, so I'm leaving those on. And tomorrow morning, all I gotta do is figure out how to take that off, that front bumper support. Radiator's fully detached, grounding wires are off. Any electrical connections are taken off, and the AC lines are unbolted. So all I've got left is to drill out those spot welds and take off this front radiator, or this front bumper support. Alright, it is now the next morning, and I'm going to keep working on this and see if I can get it all the way done before noon. It's currently 8 o'clock. I had to do a little bit of digging and researching online last night to figure out how to get this front bumper like bar brace thing off. And these things actually have these little clips here, and you can pop them out and pull them out. And then inside you've got two bolts that just unbolts from the radiator support. So I'm going to take that off real quick. So here's what the progress is looking like. Basically I start off with this really small drill bit, put it in the drill. I got the drill on a low speed, and then I have this bottle of water, and I'm constantly spraying on the drill bit to keep it cool so it doesn't burn the tip right off. And I actually, first, forgot to mention this, I punch a little dent in there just so I've got a starting point for this drill bit. And it's pretty easy to find the spot welds. You can see one right there, right there, right there. So I just punch in the center, drill with this guy, and then I come back through with this Christmas tree bit, or unibit. This is hardened, it's cobalt, I believe, is the type of material. And so basically I just drill in there until I get all the way around there. So I can see it break loose, the spot welds, and yeah. So I've got this whole front section up here loose now. Now I need to move down to this section where it's attached to the frame of the car, drill those out, and then I should be good to move to the other side, take that off, and then the whole front assembly radiator support should pop right off. Hour and a half later, it's now 9:30. I got this left side detached, so that's good. All I got left is the right side. It should go faster than the left side. Still will probably take me about an hour because it is a lot of drilling, but yeah, as you can see, 1 hole, 2 hole, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's probably a good 25 holes on one side that I had to drill out. So do it on the other side, and everything should pull on out of there. Alright, update. Both sides are completely off. Now it's just a matter of kind of supporting the radiator, making sure I got all these lines. There's one wire you can see right here coming in that I need to make sure I get off. Also need to unbolt the hood latch, and then I believe we should be good. I cut out around this line here. I don't even know what that is. I think it's an AC line. I don't think it's a tranny cooler line. If it is, I don't need it anymore, but I believe it's an AC line, so I just cut that out so I could pull the actual support right out of there. And yeah, it's coming along. I'll update you again when I have it off. Got it off. Looks like I'm about to pull an engine, but said I'm putting on the new radiator support, so here we go. reverse order. All right, several hours later, we're looking like this. Just about everything's mounted up and bolted on there. Front radiator or front bumper supports on there, and like I said, I'm not welding this. Actually, I'm just putting a few bolts in here and there where I had drilled out some spot welds, and it's really sturdy. It's not going anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I bolted it up, the radiator support, and then I went to put this front bumper on, and these bolt holes in there didn't line up. So looking at this section here, you can see it's really bent. It's obviously not as high as it needs to be. This is where it's supposed to sit. Like it has to sit there because this is how the bumper bolted in there. So because that's how the bumper bolted in there, that's where it's sitting. I did have some bolts up in here. I don't anymore. It's got a very little amount of wiggle to it, but nothing that's going to concern me at all because there's bolts all over in here. It's really holding it on. But then yeah, I need to put a couple more bolts on the other side, and this AC line down here, to get it out front, I actually cut this little bracket, so I'm just going to throw a bolt in through there to hold that bracket together again. Not that it's really a big deal or that it matters that much, just sturdies up that top piece, even though it's pretty sturdy. But yeah, once I get these last couple of bolts in, I'm just going to double check, make sure I got all my wires. I got like this one, and I think I got one more that I either have to reclip back up or zip tie up, and then I should be good to put the bumper back on. I tried putting the hood down. It latches perfect right in the middle, so that's good, and I could get it unlatched, so that's great. Everything's working. Got to put some grounding wires back on, and yeah, I'm gonna call it a day pretty soon. I'm proud of myself. So the front of the car is done. I'm just putting up, getting ready to put the headlights in. They're lined up and everything. But as you guys know, and as you guys can see, I got the halo projector headlights. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just splicing off of the positive and negative on the running lights on my car. And I'm gonna have that positive and negative run to the halos. So whenever I turn on the running lights, the halos will come on too. So yeah, just extending these wires real quick. Got them crimped down. I'm gonna heat shrink them, and then I've got these little connectors. So if I ever want to take off my bumper, I don't need to cut my wires again. I can just undo these connectors, and it's really simple and easy. So yeah. Alright, so that set of halos is wired in. This one is also wired in. I was just going to show you what the plug looks like. So here's the two positives coming from both halo lights in front. Here's the positive coming up from the running lights in the bottom. And this little connector here simply just plugs in there. And it makes it really easy. So if I ever need to take off my headlights or take off my front bumper or anything like that, all I need to do is just unplug them. I don't need to cut any wires and rewire anything. So super simple. Alright, so there we are, fully done. It's pretty good. There's one or two spots on the side where there's a little bit of a gap, but it looks way better than it used to. Also, new headlights are fogged up a little bit. Probably as simple as just popping them out real quick and then caulking around the edges or putting some sort of sealant on there. Probably a bad seal, oh well. But yeah, it's about time to do some homework, pack the tag up, and then head on home. So all done for the day. If you guys like what you saw today, feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the next video. Today was a long day.